Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the 3 Minute Horror Show. Would you believe it? I have two guests on my episode today. I'm being joined by the filmmaking duo, the September Brothers, and that's Golden Groves and Michael Buttino Jr. These folks have been making movies in the Western New York area since the mid 2010s, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves in just a moment. But first, Golden and Mike, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
Yeah. Now, before we get started, would you like to give the audience a little background on yourselves? And why don't we start with you, Golden, because you're at the top of my screen.
All right, so my name's Golden Groves. It's my real name, believe it or not. Uh, I grew up just loving movies. I believe at like one point it was a reward from my parents for not getting in trouble at school, and that kind of set off the thing in my brain that watching movies is a good thing. And I'm the kind of person that loves watching the good ones, the bad ones, the in between, and just have always felt the creative urge to make movies and everything else. And then the one day I worked at a video game store and worked with Mike, and we found out we were kind of kindred spirits in that, and that's what how we became.
How you became the September Brothers. All right.
Yes.
Now, how about you, Mike?
Yeah, I grew up in a similar thing. I grew up in the absolute middle of nowhere in Western New York, and I grew up watching movies, loving shows, and everything. I even used to take my dad's old giant '90s VHS camcorder to film movies, and one was called "The House Where Normal Things Don't Happen Very Often," where it was a guy named Al Cohol who was eaten by a toilet that says "Feed Me" because Little Shop of Horrors is my favorite movie. And then I started with that as a really young child, and now I'm currently filming my fifth movie.
Excellent. So every time I have people on here from Western New York, I have to talk about the fact that I grew up just outside of Toronto, and our
Okay.
Fox affiliate when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s was WUTV. So I grew up with all of the same commercials that you guys did for Celino and Burns and
Oh yeah,
Hurt in a Car Called William Matar and Taco oh, what's it called?
Mighty Taco.
Mighty Taco, all of those ones. I have all the same ads in my brain that you guys do. It's crazy.
Mike and I got to go up to Toronto to see Evil Dead the musical.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and Mike's actually heading to Toronto soon
Yeah.
as to fly out to go to Scotland.
Yep. Me.
So are you going to be around Toronto for a bit or are you just flying in and out?
Just flying in and out. It's way cheaper and easier flying out of Toronto. Just a direct, easy flight and a lot cheaper.
All right. Well, we can't meet up if you're just going to be at the airport. That's boring.
Well, not quite in Toronto, but every single year at the end
Yeah.
of October, we go to Frightmare in the Falls in Niagara Falls, Canada,
Oh, do you?
and we
Oh,
do,
that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
we spend a few days up there. So if you want to meet up, we can
Yeah, we should
definitely do that
definitely
then.
do that. We should
Oh
definitely do
yeah.
that because it's more likely you guys coming up here than it is me going down there. Because as
I
I've
don't
said in
blame
my
you.
interviews before, I have JD Vance memes on my phone. I'll be thrown in the gulag. I'll be shipped to El Salvador, and that'll be the end of me. You'll never hear from me again. So, yeah. All right. So, I love to start my interviews with creative people talking about their backgrounds and learn where that creativity started or where it kind of came from. Have you guys always been drawn to create?
Yeah,
I
I definitely have. Um, like I said, started with the '90s VHS camcorder, my dad's that was beyond expensive back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to like drawing. My drawing level is still exactly the same as it was when I was 5 years old. Always been drawn to being creative. I do photography now. Pretty much I've always loved the creative space just in general.
How about you, Golden?
Yeah, I still remember in high school talking my friends into. I wrote a movie, never recorded it because I never had the equipment, but it was like at one point I had a glow in the dark frisbee, which I was using as the UFO that would fly in. So I've always wanted to make movies. I've always wanted to act. Uh, and then when we're not doing the movies lately, like recently, I
Mm,
started doing theater in our town, and I've come to like absolutely love that
yeah.
to the point where like the local art center that does all the plays and musicals reaches out to me now to say, "Hey, this is the next one. We want you to audition." So I'm like, "All right, let's do this." So I love anything that I get to entertain. And like recently, it was started in Dingus Day. I went from being producer to and actor to taking a more hands-on creative role, where now I'm the cinematographer, Mike is the director, and I really love being able to like participate more in the creative process. So
Yeah. Well, that's really good. Yeah, I was never really drawn to create all that much. I just played video games and watched TV. So what are you gonna do, right?
Still do
So,
that now.
right.
yeah, same here. We're gonna talk about that stuff later. Uh, so what kind of kids were you? Like, what kind of a kid would you refer to yourself as?
I was a spaz.
Oh yeah,
Uh, Hardcore ADHD,
yeah,
but undiagnosed. So it was just all energy all the time,
yeah.
to the point where like I had like a few solid friends, and everybody else was just like, "What is wrong with that kid?"
You're the
Yeah,
kid
I
who was
was
standing on his head in the back of the room, the back of the
Pretty
classroom.
much.
yeah, I was kind of a quiet kid. I'd have friends. I was a nice kid, but just kind of quiet, more reserved and everything.
So, at what point in your lives did you know that you wanted to do these creative endeavors for a living? Even if you're not making a living with it now, I mean, that you wanted to take
I
it
mean,
to the next level.
like for me, like I always wanted to be part of it, never really the one making them. But then, like Mike and I worked together, talked about it all the time, and we actually had our own YouTube show where we review movies that were bad movies called
Yeah,
Cinema Cyanide. So similar to yours, actually, which is I think
yeah,
is why I get along so well with you. And after a while of just like watching these movies that were like bad, most people call them bad, and just going, why haven't we kept just asking ourselves, why haven't we made one yet? When we know all these things, and it finally just happened. Like we
yeah.
finally pulled the trigger. We got a huge budget of $1,000 for our
Nice.
first movie, and talked our friends into acting into it,
Yeah,
and just went. And I think it's been nonstop since then. It's
yeah,
been we have like a lineup of just all these movies we want to make next and next and next.
yeah,
We always focus on whichever one we're doing, and once it's done, we move on to the next. And I don't know if I could ever stop now.
yeah.
I honestly don't think I could. It's such a amazing feeling that even if we never make a penny off of these,
Mhm.
the feeling of like sitting in that theater for our premiere and watching these people that haven't seen the whole process just see our final product,
Mhm.
and hearing the laughs or the emotions that we wanted, it nothing beats that feeling. I don't think I could ever meet that high, with anything else in my life. So
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
I wanted to do this kind of thing just for forever. Even like I keep saying, starting with that early movie about the guy named Alcohol got eaten by a toilet.
Yeah.
Just kind of starting with there, and I did a lot of college, little short videos in college, which mine were definitely way weirder than everybody else's in the room. But just kind of creative and just having people experience like the weird stories we make and the just enjoy what we're creating. I just love it.
So tell me the story of how you two met.
we were again we I started a part-time job at GameStop.
Yeah.
Mike was my one of my managers, so he's like one of my bosses, and we just talked about our love of movies, and then it turned into us talking about making our first movie that we wanted to make. We wanted to make an anthology, and instead of working, we spent the entire time talking and planning our movie. And Also, another fun story, which is our logo, because our logo is the
Yeah,
bomb pop,
the
scary
rocket pop.
face.
Yeah.
So that came about because we were on a trip together with um, people, and we both went into H&M, and which is this clothing store,
Hmm.
both separate. We both come out and we're both like, dude, check out this awesome shirt I bought. We both bought the same shirt, which was just a white shirt with the rocket pops up it, same exact shirt. And then that became this has to be our logo for the September Brothers.
I
And
think it helped that it was a $3 shirt. I want to say that's probably what got us both to buy it. It's
oh
just
yeah,
a $3 discount shirt on the ground.
So rather than trying to hawk those GameStop magazines, you guys were planning your movie at the front counter.
It helped
yes,
our store was in the middle of nowhere country town, so we had plenty of time some of those evenings.
our manager would get mad because he would always write in like asking us to clean, and we would never actually clean. We would just we would just talk about the movies and write in the planner no next to the cleaning. So
No cleaning. So, what were the first steps that you took towards making your dreams of working in the movie industry a reality?
It was just kind of we started brainstorming ideas, and we decided our first movie to do an anthology because we're both a big fan of anthologies,
Yeah.
and we figured to get our friends interested, we figured it'd be a tougher sell to get them to show up multiple days for scenes.
Yeah.
Where in this one we were able to do one vignette in the anthology each day with different actors and different friends. So it'd be just kind of, hey, come down for a few hours for this one little short we do, and then we just kind of came up with the ideas. There was a lot of them that were scrapped, but we found a bunch of the ones that we were like, all right, we have to find which ones we can actually film with the $3 we have, and we kind of just did it that way. Just did one by one each day with different people.
yeah, I
Excellent.
still have I have an old bar mirror. It was like a dry erase bar mirror
Yeah.
that we wrote down all the vignettes that we wanted to film, and then
Mhm.
we started moving them around to what order they'd be in, and I still have that in my basement with all the original names of the
Oh, they're
vignettes
all still on
on
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, never erased it, never got rid of it. It's just down there like permanent now.
Now, before we move on to the next questions, folks at home, let's take a moment to appreciate the shirts that our two guests are wearing. Golden's wearing a shirt with one of those toy phones that leads into Shattered Dreams, and we'll talk about Shattered Dreams really soon. That's going to be the next segment of the interview. We're going to talk about their big next upcoming project. And Mike is wearing a shirt with cats and pizza. And that's really cool. And unfortunately, I just got back from work, and so I'm just wearing a plain black tee. So, all right. So the first film project that you guys worked on, that anthology, what was that called? Can people see that?
No,
No,
thankfully no.
Okay.
It was called The First Date.
Yeah.
We still have it on DVD. And
It shows up in your letterboxed.
I still have the DVD.
Yeah.
But it was really bad. We go back and we watch it. It's very cringeworthy. And uh, yeah, I mean, we could definitely see what we were doing in that. Gave it everything we had. We just
Yeah.
didn't have anything back then.
no.
You know, we didn't have actor friends except for Paul and Sherry that were in the wraparound.
Yeah.
So we did what we could to get around it. I think we came up with some cool ideas,
Yeah.
and all the best ideas that were in it were going to make into their own features.
Okay.
We had two of the vignettes in it. One of them was Johnny Justice, which is a very weird
Fourth wall
superhero,
breaking superhero thing. Yeah.
Okay.
and the other one was Sucko the Clown, which was it was a ripoff of like Bloody Mary, but we're going to go a different way with it. But that'll be another one in the future as well.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
that's going to go. That one will go horror, and we're planning on a puppet for it.
Okay. Cool. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Shattered Dreams. That's your new upcoming project. It's your new feature that's coming up soon. I've seen the trailer. It looks very well done. I'm going to link to the trailer in the comments for this. I'll link to the YouTube so people can check it out. This trailer is very intriguing to say the least. Can you give us a little insight into what this movie is actually about?
Yeah. So if I describe it in like a sentence, it's basically Silent Hill meets Nightmare on Elm Street is kind of how if I'm going to throw like a quick elevator pitch to somebody, that would be how I would
Yeah.
describe this movie. So a big psychological horror movie. We usually have done horror comedy through all of our movies.
Yeah.
We wanted to go like full on scary horror. There is some jump scares and everything in it, but it's mostly like full psychological, very heavily inspired by Silent Hill. Some things in the monster sequences like reference and mean something from her her living world in the actual movie. So just a full on psychological horror movie.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're relying a lot on anxiety building
Okay.
throughout the sequences and stuff. And there's some scenes in it that one of them we filmed not already, but there are some scenes in it that the anxiety is going to be stronger than what it is with the monsters because
Hmm.
uh, there are some monsters in it as well. But I feel like there's very powerful scenes that take place in the living world, not the dream world.
Okay. So Amelia Favara is the star of the movie, and she was going to be joining us tonight. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to this evening, so she's going to come on later for the folks at home. So, how did you come up with the concept of this movie? Was this idea bouncing around in your heads for a while? Was it one of the segments of that anthology that you did initially that you wanted to redo?
Actually, it's been bouncing around in my head for over 15 years.
Wow.
I was still kind of in college time. This was long before I met Golden. I was still kind of in college time. I was always a big fan of Silent Hill. Did take a heavy inspiration from Silent Hill. And I remember sitting in the Tim Hortons down the road from my house with my buddies, just kind of coming up with ideas for this movie. And it was called, I think it was called Shattered Dreams all the way from the beginning. And it definitely took a different form than what it became now, but the basic premise and basic like vibe of the whole movie is still a part of this current final project of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been rolling around for a long time, and we wanted to wait until we had enough experience to really make like a scary horror movie. So we kind of put that on the back burner until now.
I forgot you guys had Tim Hortons there too, to be
Yeah,
perfectly
all over.
honest. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Yeah, if it's been percolating that long, and you guys definitely do have the chops to do it now. That's amazing. So, did you write the role with Amelia in mind, or how did she get involved in the whole project?
So with that, like when Mike was first pitching the thing to me, and I got super excited when he told me about this. So excited, in fact, that we put it to the front of the line of our movies we wanted to make
Yeah.
because we actually were going to do a different one first. Originally, Mike's idea, the main character was a guy,
Okay.
and I was like, well, I feel like if we go with a girl, somebody that is going to watch it, and even before any bad things happen, people already get the feeling like I want to protect her.
Yeah.
That'll help us increase the anxiety. Uh, and Mike and I agreed with that, and we just started going. And Amelia was perfect for the role. We got to work with her on Dingus Day, and I
Yeah.
was amazed by how awesome she pulled off the character that we gave her. And her favorite genre is psychological horror.
Okay.
And anytime you work with an actress that's so excited to make it,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, we definitely need her to be part of it. And we can prove that we didn't think of her when we wrote it because we didn't realize till we were doing a script read that the baby in the movie is called Amelia. That's her name.
Oh.
So it's
Oh,
like
geez.
I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that would have been
So
bad. So tell us about the phone on your shirt. How does this work into the concept?
so uh, basically the main character in this Madison is being pulled into this nightmare world, which is all winter. That's
Yeah.
how you can tell which world she's in is winter or summer. Um, and of all the horrible things in her life, because you just find out that just everything that in her life is kind of bad in this way or that way. And her dad, like you do some flashbacks and you find out like how much she loved her dad and what he was like. So he's kind of her tether to the waking world.
Hmm.
And one of the things that he did was like when they would play when she was a little kid, he would pretend to call her and she would answer on the phone.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of like her totem for
Okay.
her dad
Yeah.
to connect her to the happier world.
Yeah. She was the one in Dingus Day that wanted to beat everybody up, right? She was the super tough one.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
I
And
remember.
she played it so
Yeah.
good. Like, and it's so funny because if you ever meet her,
Yeah.
she's like the nicest, sweetest person. And Mike calls action and she's just yelling at people, pointing stuff out. She's grabbing people's shirts, and I'm like, oh my God, it's perfect. So,
So the trailer, the hand that's choking her at the end, is that you?
no,
Oh,
it is Eugene Bothell, who
okay.
was in Slasher Days. If you saw Slasher Days,
I haven't seen
he
that one
played the
yet, no.
woodsman.
Yeah, okay.
He's like a brick wall. Dude, he's a
Okay.
personal
He
trainer.
was
He owns a gym.
he was the cop in Dingus
Oh,
Day, one of the cops. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the cop that well, the only cop that was a guy.
Yeah. The cop that's
So
not a small woman. Yeah.
right, which was funny too, because in Dingus Day, when we cast him as the cop,
Yeah.
I came up with with the running joke about the people putting bills in his waistband because I was like, if you put someone his size in a police uniform,
Mhm.
he's gonna look like a stripper. So that was the rolling joke that we went with on that, and it was hilarious because then he put on the police uniform, and we're like, yeah, look at him, he looks like a stripper.
Did you guys put dollar bills in his waistband?
I didn't get to, but a few of the cast members got to
All right.
put those in.
All right. So how's production coming on this movie? You said you're filming again this weekend. It looks pretty freaking cold, I can tell you that much.
It's going very well so
Yeah.
far. We actually our first two filming days were the most difficult scenes of the whole movie
Hmm.
because we had to. The whole big idea is like the other world, like Silent Hill, is wintertime,
Yeah.
and it was closing in on February, which Buffalo could mean it could be 60, or it could mean that we have a blizzard for until May,
Yeah.
and we wanted to get these done before the snow actually went away because it was just so integral to the plot, and I
Yeah.
wasn't going to let go of the snow part of it. But everything's been going surprisingly, knock on wood, surprisingly efficiently. And we're just hoping to keep it going for the next few days of filming. We've just been doing really good, getting everything done what we need to do each day.
When are you planning to release it?
Hoping to have it premiered July, August-ish, midsummer probably.
Okay, excellent. And then maybe you can start doing the film. Are you going to start doing film festival rounds too? Or are you going to submit
Oh,
it? Yeah.
oh
Absolutely,
yeah,
we're
definitely.
we're gonna obviously we're gonna do the Buffalo one because
Yeah.
that's our home baby, uh, and we learned a lot from the film festivals that we submitted Dingus Day to.
Yeah.
Uh, Basically, this one won't like the problem with Dingus Day was it didn't fit in any
Yeah.
uh,
Kind of
certain
kind of an
things.
odd
So
duck. Yeah.
yeah, so
It's
it
a
would have
weird
been
one.
like horror,
Yeah.
and it'd be in this film festival against like straight horror movies, which but in the Buffalo Film Festival, the AFF,
Hmm.
there's a category. So if you watched a lot of Buffalo TV, did you ever see Offbeat Cinema?
I believe I did. Yes.
So they have their own
Yeah.
award at the
Okay.
AFF that's meant to go to any movie that would fit on Offbeat Cinema. So just a
Yeah.
weird thing, and that's what we won. And that was actually that's our first like best picture type award we've
Yeah.
gotten, and when it was huge, and it was that was like a huge thing for us, and I couldn't think of a better award to win because it was
Yeah.
perfect for
Yeah.
what our movie was. So
They used to
we're
dress like
gonna,
beatniks, right? The Offbeat Cinema
yes,
guys. Yeah,
they
yeah.
still
Okay,
do.
I do remember it. Yeah.
Yep, that's them. So, and we're hoping we still have to edit the movie down to like I think their runtime they said is
80
like
something minutes, I think.
yeah.
Okay.
So we have to edit the movie down, and then they're going to actually play Dingus Day on Offbeat Cinema. So
Okay. Well, I hope you guys submit for the Toronto one. There's a Toronto one in April that you're obviously not going to get because, that's in a couple of weeks. But
Yeah.
I believe there's another one in the fall in September time. So
oh,
if maybe guys can get in on that one or the next April or the
Yeah,
next year's April one.
we plan
yeah,
to
we're
go to
always
all bunch of them.
All
Yeah.
right. Excellent. Yeah, and I'd be proud to go there and watch it on a big screen and film a little thing with you guys out front talking about it, all that sort of thing
oh,
too.
love that.
I love that. Yeah.
So from what I understand as well, you guys had an event to celebrate the movie a couple of weeks ago. Why don't you tell me about that?
Um,
We,
yeah.
okay, I was to say we one thing that we pride ourselves in
Yeah.
is working together with like things, and we always made this joke that we want to have. We're calling them the four horsemen of the September Brothers.
Yeah.
So we want like a brewery, a distillery, a winery, and a meadery.
Okay.
So just obviously all for alcohol because why
Yeah.
not? Uh, we Mike one day was like, "Hey, there's this meadery like 30 minutes from us. Let's
Yeah.
go." So we went. We're trying out their mead. I tried way too much considering I'm diabetic, so
Oh.
that was hurting me. But I still had to. They were so delicious,
Yeah.
and we just started talking to them about movies, and then they're like, "Oh, let's work with you guys. We'll do an event." They made like a September Brothers mead that tastes like Rocket Pop,
Oh, wow.
and so we
Surprisingly
did that
accurate
for
flavor
Dyngus
too.
Day. Oh,
Oh, nice.
it did. It tasted like you melted a Rocket Pop and added alcohol to it. So that was for Dingus Day. So
Yeah.
then we went in and started talking to them about, hey, we're doing another movie. They're like, we want to do another event with you guys. So we're like, we want to do that too. We love it. And they made a Shattered Dreams mead, which was,
Mhm.
I think, blackberry, elderberry, cotton candy, or was it bubblegum?
Cotton candy.
Wow.
Cotton candy. And it was perfect. Like it tastes so good. And I've got a can in the fridge just for special. Yeah, we love doing like events and stuff, and we just
Yeah.
get people out. We didn't charge a cover. We had like a raffle,
Hmm.
and that would be the money. And some of the people are just like, well, can we just give you money? I'm like, of course, you can always
Yeah,
just give
yeah,
us
go right ahead.
I've never said no to people going, let me just give you money for your stuff. So we did that, and yeah, we had a great time. Unfortunately, Amelia was I believe she was at a convention promoting stuff, so
Yeah.
she wasn't able to make it. But
Hmm.
like Joe was there, and our monsters were there, and it was pajama jammy jam. Since
Yeah.
the whole thing is like sleeping, and like I was just like being the old man, growing up watching Kid and Play.
Yeah.
I was like, it's got to be a pajama jammy jam, and everybody was like they're in their pajamas, and it was such a good time.
You just called me old by default because we're the same age. So,
Listen, I own it at this point.
yeah, same here. All right, so let's talk about Dingus Day. The first movie I saw by you guys was Dingus Day, and Golden, thank you for sending me that link so I could check it out. Dingus Day is a horror comedy, as we mentioned before, and it's also kind of a meta comedy at that. It's kind of a odd duck. There's the large section with a really cool fourth wall break that's very funny. I thought it was a lot of fun. Can you guys give us some background on that story?
On the fourth wall backer,
No, well,
the
first
fourth
of all,
wall.
tell us about Dingus Day because like only people in Buffalo seem to know what this thing is. So tell us what Dingus Day is.
And that's one thing we realized we ran into at the film festivals is the only people who know what Dingus Day is Buffalo and like parts of Cleveland, and I'm guessing some people in Poland probably know about it. But we started that project years ago of just like a basic idea. We wanted like a crazy fourth wall breaking, basically Deadpool meets Krampus. We were describing it as, and then we were talking with our our buddy Paul at one of the local bars in town where we were trying to get gummy bear martinis, if I remember. Which I guess if you would have a bunch of gummy bear martinis to come up with something as insane as we did with that. But it was kind of similar to the Shattered Dreams. We had this idea down, but we wanted to make sure we had enough experience to make it happen, make the writing hit, make the comedy hit properly. And yeah, it just kind of people absolutely love it. It's fun to watch everybody's reaction to it.
Yeah. So let's take one step back though. For the folks at home who, 99% of them probably aren't from Western New York, okay? I had to look this up when I looked it up, I was like, holy shit, this is real. Tell us what Dingus Day is, you guys. What is Dingus Day? Not the movie, but the day.
The easiest way to describe it is it's St. Patrick's Day, but red and Polish.
Okay.
So Buffalo looks for a reason to drink no matter what. We have a very big Polish community. So Dingus Day, the way it's celebrated in Buffalo is it's Easter Monday. So it's the day after Easter.
Okay.
And everybody in Buffalo wears red and gets drunk on beer and Krupnik, which is a honey liquor.
Yeah.
And then but its roots, it was stuff like the guys would squirt girls with squirt guns to show them that they like them, and the girls would hit guys with pussy willow. So it's very violent, very fun holiday, and and we use it in the movie. So the Dingus, his power is to turn pussy willow into any weapon he wants.
Yeah, and for the folks at home too, you're looking at the Dingus right now. He's sitting there. He's got a very long beard. He is the Dingus from the movie Dingus Day. Yeah, so that's an interesting holiday, and apparently it's coming up very, very soon. So are you guys going to be dressed all in red on Dingus Day?
I'll probably wear my Dingus t-shirt.
What were you going to say, Mike?
We're trying to get it into a lot of bars and anywhere that wants to show it throughout Buffalo. I'm like, this is a perfect drinking movie. I have my Dingus Drinking Squad shirt ready to go, and I'm probably going to take the day off of work and just go celebrate with everybody else.
So how did you guys get this project off the ground to start?
Oh man, Dingus! So it was 8 years in the making.
Wow.
It was 8. It was 8. Actually, it was longer than that because Mike and I talked about it for a year before we talked to Paul, and Paul we talked to 8 years before it got made. And it was Paul had always wanted to do one as well, but he was like, "Well, you guys have more of an idea of what you want to do, so I'm gonna go with your stuff and work with you guys."
Yeah, and he wrote it, right? Paul's the writer.
He did it.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. He's a fantastic writer, fantastic friend, really. I think if it wasn't for Paul, we wouldn't have the connections that we have in the Buffalo film community, because he's the one that introduced us to so many amazing people that we've gotten to work with and love. And we just and it's funny because Paul had quit writing. He basically got in with some people to make a movie that it's an amazing sounding movie, but it all fell apart. They basically kept the rights. He kept the rights to certain things, but it put him off writing. He was like, I don't want to work with other people. And we were like, we need you to write this. We need you to write this. You understand us. We have a certain vision, a certain way we work, and you can put that onto paper. Yeah. And it took a lot. We fought him a lot. He did not want to write ever again. He didn't want to write. And he wrote Killer Rack was actually a movie that he wrote. If you ever get a chance to see it.
I've seen that. Killer Rack?
Yeah, he's a writer and he's the best friend in it.
Oh wow.
But that's not the movie that he got a bad taste from, by the way.
Okay.
The movie that he did was never made. So and then he finally just we grow on people. We're very we've got a way about it, or sooner or later we just kept making him work with us, and you loved working with us, and we're like, write this movie, and then Greg Lamberson was like, you need to write this movie, And then it finally, like, he finally started coming to us. And then he got stuck, and we had a beer night where we just all bring different kinds of beers and
Yeah.
we share them. And then we got really drunk, and then we just went through all of his like writer's block areas.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've got the script. He's like, we're good, we got this. And then it became who do we casting? We got so many characters,
You
and we know
guys have
so
a
many
huge
people.
cast. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it was a lot.
Mhm. That was going to be one of my questions coming up. How did you guys wrangle, like the two of you, how did you wrangle so many people in one movie? It's insane how many people are in it.
It was difficult on some of those set days, because especially like the party scenes, especially since
Yeah.
those had a good portion of the cast, and it was hot those days. It was some of those like 90-degree days. It was just trying to get everybody wrangled and on track so we could make sure to get through everything, but not like overwhelm them, like keep everybody there till 3 a.m. type of thing in the middle of nowhere. So it was definitely a challenge. That's why for Shattered Dreams, we decided like we're having a cast of 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, Kristen Skeet, who was our producer for that,
Mhm.
and she's our AD for Shattered Dreams, was integral. She was
Yeah.
able to do scheduling, which I'm bad at scheduling, and I started to get frustrated when every time I was like, "How does this day work?" And half the people were like, "Oh, I have a birthday party that day," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So she was able to like wrangle. She's a cat wrangler, is what we
Yeah.
said, and she, in fact, like, we have the characters that Sean Sanders, who was he was Brick Bilson in the movie,
Yep.
the reporter. He's an artist, and he drew a caricature of every character in it. And he wrote one for her. He drew one for her, and it's
Yeah.
her holding 3 cats, and the 3 cats are Mike, Paul, and me. So without her, I think we'd still be trying to get Dingus Day made, honestly.
Yeah.
And then it really helps too that our cast was amazing.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the people we had in that, 99%, like Dom and Sarah, who play the main characters.
Yeah.
I will work with them any chance I get.
Hmm.
They're the ones that made Couple in the Woods, and I was in their movie.
Yeah.
They're just the nicest people, and they're so phenomenal at acting. And this was actually the first thing that we cast them in, that was like an actual nice couple, because we cast them as like a horrible couple in Darkness Pines. They were brother and sister in one thing. They were mother and son in another. So we're like, hey, you guys can actually like each other now.
So, the Dingus Day link on YouTube, is it public? Is it a public link or is it private link?
Public link. Anybody
Public link?
can with the link and access it. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put that in the description too. So, folks at home, you can watch Dingus Day at home on YouTube for free, and you can enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Did you encounter any unexpected roadblocks along the way? Sounds like it.
One of my favorite roadblocks that we did encounter was
Yeah.
a grouse. So
Gross. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So the land, all the outdoor party scenes
Yeah.
are on my friend's land, and it's awesome because he has this massive land that we're allowed to film on, and you don't hear cars, you don't, it's middle of nowhere. So we're going out, we're trying to film the flashback scene
Yep.
where the dingus first appears, and there's a grouse that lives out there that we filmed around. I filmed with Dom and Sarah in Couple in the Woods around it, and the bird was fine. It would just, want to be nearby. But for whatever reason that day, it was like super territorial, and it just like kept attacking Mike, and it would attack. So we had to go to a
It would
different
make me
spot.
so bad.
And Mike's like, I can't kick a bird in front of people. So the bird, there's no violence to the bird, but it was just super annoying. Like it
Oh.
would not leave us alone. It was just attacking.
Did it
was
peck you till you
crazy.
bled?
It kept getting me in the ankles, and
Yeah.
yeah, like Golden said, I was was like, I can't kick this bird in front of all these beautiful women. That would look real bad. As much as I wanted to.
Oh man. So, what is the indie horror scene like in Western New York? You mentioned Greg Lamberson, the guy who made Slime City back in the 90s.
Mhm.
What's it like? I mean, we know that Robert Forster, the pride of Western New York, from all sorts of great horror movies, is from Buffalo. So, what's it like down in Buffalo?
Oh, I was honestly surprised because Mike and I live just south of Buffalo, like 30 minutes south.
Okay.
So we weren't super into that, and I honestly didn't think there would be
Yeah.
such a huge indie
Yeah.
film thing.
Mhm.
But then we
So
started
many
meeting
talented
more
people.
Yeah.
and like Greg, when he runs, because he runs the AFF, that film festival,
Yeah.
he spoiled us
Mhm.
because we go to other film festivals. He promotes it. He gets butts in seats,
Yeah.
and it's such a great feeling and community. I love going to it, and we always meet somebody new that we can collaborate with because everybody's just super nice. And like, there are some cliques. Obviously,
Yeah.
like I think anything you go to, there'll be clicky stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we love everybody that we've met and worked with. So
Yeah.
A
That's
lot of people we work with now we met at the AFF, formerly Buffalo Dreams. That a lot of people we have in our movies we met through somebody we met there or at the place themselves. Just like they just happened to be at one of our showings, and then afterwards we're talking to everybody. I'm like, someone introduces us to somebody else who introduces somebody else, and it just kind of how we keep meeting all these people from living in the middle of nowhere. And I was also like I was agreeing with Golden, like the the amount of people who do indie horror in the area, I had no idea was that
Mhm.
many people and that many talented people just around doing that.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. The amount of people who I've met that are coming out of Western New York for sure. More people out of Western New York than out of Toronto, if you can believe that.
that's
Wild.
crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I also probably haven't met a lot of them yet. So what are you going to do, right? Uh,
We're just like a suburb of Toronto, anyways. So
you're sorry, what's that?
I said Buffalo is pretty much just a suburb of Toronto,
It
anyways.
is. I live in a suburb of Toronto. You guys live in a suburb of Toronto. What are you going to do? So I was going to ask you about film festivals, but you guys answered that question. Do you also tend to attend genre conventions?
What?
Mostly just the Frightmare in the Falls. Like we've
Mhm.
been to a couple small ones. We love Frightmare in the Falls, but not so much in a business sense. We just like going and
Yeah.
dressing in silly costumes and wandering around buying stuff. But we've
Spending a lot
started
of money.
attending vendor shows and like conventions and stuff pretty recently. Like
Yeah.
I don't remember if Dingus Day was out yet when I don't think it was. We were promoting Dingus Day and we went to one in Jamestown, New York
Yeah.
on a hockey rink that was extremely cold the whole
Whoa.
time.
Yeah, we so in Jamestown they have a hockey rink, and then they put down the flooring,
Yeah.
but they're not an expensive hockey rink, so they don't have the insulated flooring.
Yeah.
So like when we first got there, we dropped an ice cube on the floor. We left it there, and
Yeah.
it never melted. And we were wearing summer clothes
Yeah.
because I was wearing like if you remember in Dingus Day the Dirty Man character when he's
Yeah.
wearing
Yeah.
that
Mm.
romper. That's
Yeah.
what I was wearing, and it was like 20 degrees in there, and I was dying. But yeah, we Frightmare in the Falls is always huge for us. Like we spend most of the year deciding on what we're gonna cosplay as, and Mike
Okay.
always seems to win. Mike's costumes always get the most pictures. This year, I think I'm gonna have a decent showing though, because I'm gonna be Jordy from Creepshow, Stephen King's
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. I can't
Because
remember his last name. Jordy Verrill, I think it is.
yes,
Yeah.
Jordy
Yeah.
Verrill,
Yeah.
Lunkhead.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question is what if you guys cosplay, what do you like to cosplay as?
Mike's last year killed it. He
Yeah,
absolutely-
I did Pyramid Head from Silent
Okay.
Hill 2, and it was a super big hit.
Yeah.
The year before I did the hash slinging slasher from SpongeBob. And this year I'm considering doing Pinhead and just
Okay.
painting my face and head like the bluish color, and
Yeah.
and I saw a few ideas on how to make the pins in your head and stuff stick. So I think I'm probably gonna do Pinhead this year. We'll see what my mood is when it gets closer. If I actually want to put myself through that, but we'll see.
That means that
Our
if I'm going to see you guys there, I'm going to have to cosplay too, or I'm going to look like some kind of asshole.
You should. It's so much fun.
It's fun.
Our first year that we went to Frightmare, we went as Tucker and Dale,
Okay, yeah.
and that was a huge hit too. And
Yeah.
we had such a good time doing that.
All right, so Golden, you've watched some of my interviews before. You know what I'm about to do, right? What we're about to get into?
Lightning round.
We're going to do the lightning round. So I'm going to ask some really quick questions, and I'll ask, oh no, since we've got two people, I'm going to say who first and then who next, because we're going to get answers from both of you on these things. And hopefully, you find them funny. Golden, what's your favorite Universal monster?
Oh, Universal monster! It's Frankenstein.
Okay. Mike, what's your
I
favorite
love
Universal monster?
I like Dracula. Love vampires.
Okay. Sorry, Golden, you were going to say more about Frankenstein. I cut you
Oh,
off.
I was just gonna say I love the big lovable lunk. Like
Yeah.
that's just always my go-to.
And you like throwing little girls into ponds?
Absolutely. I have an 11-year-old daughter, and that's just how it goes.
Favorite band or musical artist, Mike?
I would say probably Gorillas. I listen to them constantly.
Excellent. And Golden?
Lately I've gotten really into Sail North. They're like modern pirate songs.
Okay.
And other than that, Pete and Parish, which is Viking songs. Like I don't. It's
You know,
been
I
my
probably
old
have I have a friend that I can think of that probably knows who those two artists are. So all right. Classic question. Toilet paper roll, business in the front or party in the back? Golden.
Beards are cool, mullets aren't. It's just so it's over the top.
Over the top. And Mike?
Oh yeah, without question, over the top. It's a crime the other way.
I've not had one person answer that incorrectly. Jamie Greffy almost did.
If you ever get Paul on,
Yeah.
he'll get it wrong. Because at the
Really?
last Frightmare, him and I got into a huge argument about it because we got to the Airbnb
Yeah.
and the toilet paper was the wrong way, so I switched it. And then like later that day, I went back in and it was wrong again, and I'm like, "Who's doing this?" And he's like, "I don't understand why people are obsessed with that." And I was like, "Because it's got to be right." So
All right. Ninjas or pirates, Mike?
Ninjas. I love me some ninjas.
All right. And Golden?
pirates.
I'm with the Golden on this one. I'm pirates. I'm a rum drinker myself, so. And that leads into the next one. Favorite adult beverage of choice, Golden.
Oh, I Moscow mules or mojitos.
Okay. Interesting. How about you,
The
Mike?
mojitos.
Yeah. No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say the mojitos is actually because huge Bruce Campbell fan,
Yeah.
and when I started watching Burn Notice, he always drinks mojitos, and I'm like, if it's good enough for Bruce, I think it's good enough for me.
All right, you, Mike.
Favorite mixed drink is Moscow Mule, and favorite just plain old liquor is tequila.
All right, so you guys are in the hand-holding club with the Moscow Mule. Excellent, excellent. All right, so if you were a breed of dog, which breed of dog would you be, Mike?
Ooh, I would pick one of those big lumbering English bulldogs with just the drool and the sound of the movements.
That's a good one. Yeah. How about you, Golden?
See, it's funny because I would also say a British bulldog because I have troubles breathing. I'm ugly, and yet people still like me.
I've seen some pretty cute British bulldogs, you know. Yeah.
I just usually sit around on set just going.
That's what I'm going to sit around doing after I'm done talking to you guys. I'm just All right. Next question is favorite video game of all time, Golden.
Oh, Infamous, actually. It's either Infamous or God of War, but Infamous, I learned that if I ever get superpowers, I'll be evil because every time I played that game, it was right to the evil side,
Yeah.
and then I had to force myself to play as good.
My son's favorite video game is Infamous.
Such
Yeah.
a good game.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Mike?
My favorite game of all time is Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64.
And your favorite boss is the Pooh Monster, right?
Oh yeah, Great Mighty Pooh. Obviously, I know every word of that song.
Mike actually has a Great Mighty Pooh.
Do you?
I do. Yeah, it's in the other room. It's a
Oh.
plushie that you press the thing and it sings the song.
That's really cool. I've never seen one of those before. Okay. Favorite anime, Golden.
Uh, Fist of the North Star, the
Yeah, that's
movie.
yeah. Well, that counts. That's a really good one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They made some really good video games too. The guys who made Yakuza made a Yakuza type game with a Fist of the North Star skin on it that's actually really good.
awesome.
Yeah.
They also made a really bad live action movie for it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I have not, but that might go into the bottom of
Oh,
the barrel with Jeff.
trust me, you will love how horrible it is. I think the guy that plays the best friend in Footloose, I can't remember his
Oh,
name, the big guy.
Chris Penn.
He's in it.
Yeah, Sean Penn's
He's in
brother.
the live action. He's in. I'm pretty sure he's in the live action version of Fist of the North Star.
Oh,
Which I saw that before I saw the anime. I didn't realize it was based on an anime.
yeah.
And then when I saw the anime, I'm like, oh my god, they did so much better.
Mike, how about you?
My favorite anime is Fooly Cooly. It's so weird, so just the style of it. It's a little older, but I love Fooly Cooly. It's so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I don't know that one.
It's
Interesting.
one definitely to seek out. It's just I don't even know how to describe it. It's a kind of half a metaphor for puberty, and monsters come out of a kid's head when he sees the one woman alien, and she hits him with the guitar, and monsters come out of his head because of it. And it's absolutely wild, but it tells a fantastic story, and just
Yeah.
you will not be able to predict what happens next.
All
But
right.
it's a really good. It's like 5, 6 episodes, I think, for Fooly Cooly. Absolute favorite one. So good.
That sounds like it's kind of up my alley. All right. Next question is, if you were a Pokemon, which Pokemon would you be, Golden?
Oh, Cubone. Cubone's
Cubone. Okay.
my favorite. I love that.
Yeah. And Mike?
I love Mewtwo.
You too? Okay.
Oh yeah, I love Mewtwo. He looks like an alien thing, and I think it's awesome. And he's mega powerful, which is also cool.
You guys know which one I'd be, right? No?
I feel like I should. I'm sure I've seen because I've seen you do the interview so
I'd
many
be
times.
Licky
Oh,
Licky.
always a solid choice.
Weapon of choice in the zombie apocalypse, Mike.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think the most. If I was going to be in a zombie video game apocalypse, I like a good sword to be able to run through.
Oh,
That
yeah.
wouldn't work in real life for me, but if I was doing a zombie apocalypse, I like to be able to get up close and personal with the zombies.
And you also don't want to have to worry about ammunition, right?
Exactly. See,
Yeah. Hmm.
always thinking.
Golden?
Battle axe. I'm always
Oh,
it's
yeah.
always my go-to weapon for anything. I love axes.
All right. Next one is Dungeons and Dragons class. Mike.
Ooh, when I played, I did a barbarian the one time. Use my hands.
And Golden?
I'm actually just about to start getting into it, and a
Okay.
buddy of mine told me that I would either be a barbarian or a bard.
Okay.
And I can look. I've been looking into them, and I can definitely see the bard or the barbarian.
I'm 6'5" in real life when you're not seeing me on the screen, and I'm a big boy. But whenever I'm playing, I play the smallest, most dexterous, little nimble, little assassin-y kind of character that you can. And I don't know why that is, but I am. So Marvel, DC, or other Golden?
Oh, for me, it's got to be DC, just because my favorite comic book character is
Yeah,
Bane, and in my opinion, I've always loved the villains of all stories. It's always
yeah,
villains, and I just love the DC villains. Like I
yeah,
said, Bane, all time favorite.
yeah. Batman and the Flash have the coolest villains of any
Yes.
characters in the whole world. And Mike, how about you?
I'm definitely I'm on the side of Marvel. Hulk's
Okay.
my favorite hero, and then
Hulk,
followed
yeah.
by Spider-Man.
Do you like the tragic heroes best, like the Hulk and the Punisher and those kind of guys?
Oh yeah, I like all those. The sets. The biggest tragedy with the Hulk right now is what the live action ones are doing to him.
Yeah. Well, supposedly he's going to be back again in the new Spider-Man, but I don't know if he's going to Hulk out. We'll see what happens.
I hope.
I'll tell you one thing though, that John Bernthal as the Punisher, top
Oh,
notch. Yeah.
so
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you guys one last question, and that is, what's your favorite snack, Golden?
Oh, sponge candy.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so if for those of you again that don't know,
Yeah.
if you're not from Western New York, sponge candy is like a Buffalo classic around Easter,
Yeah.
and it's like it's honeycomb candy covered in chocolate,
Yeah.
basically. And if it's made in the right conditions, which is what Buffalo usually has around Easter,
Mhm.
it's just airy and crispy and
Yeah.
just crunches and then melts in your mouth and it's expensive. So then I have to just ration it.
For the folks that don't know, sponge candy is what's in the middle of a crunchy bar, because they're more likely to
Yes.
have had that, right? Than Buffalo sponge candy. And Mike, how about you?
If I could be eating a whole gallon of popcorn right now, I would be.
Oh,
I
movie
love popcorn.
popcorn with the
Any
butter in it?
popcorn.
Okay.
I like any more of the saltier flavors than the sweet flavors of popcorn. But
Okay.
I give me a giant bowl of popcorn. I'm happy no matter what.
All
Well,
right.
the one film
Mhm.
festival we went to, the theater had a special where you buy like this $20 bucket and you
Yeah.
get you get like free refills on it.
Yeah.
And before the first movie even started, Mike ate the whole thing and had to go back to get another bucket
Oh
worth. And
no.
I'm like, holy.
You know what the bad thing about that though is? Popcorn farts.
Oh yeah, that sounds like an everyone else problem.
All right, guys. You survived the lightning round. I'm very proud of you. And you guys did great. There was no hesitation or anything. You guys had great answers. So, Golden and Mike, I want to thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show. Golden, you and I have been talking for a little while now, and you're a wonderful guy. I'm glad to know you. And Mike, I'm hoping this conversation with you has been lots of fun too, and I'm hoping that I can get to know you better over time now too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now, before we go, other than Shattered Dreams, are there any upcoming projects that you'd like to plug for the audience?
Yeah,
uh,
the
go ahead,
following
Mike.
move, the next movie we're doing is after Shattered Dreams is a post-apocalyptic barbarian movie called Karen.
Mhm.
That is a feature-length version of a short from Skeleton Xylophone.
Okay.
And then after that, we're doing a movie called Johnny Justice, which is based on a short from First Date.
Yeah.
Um, and that one is a fourth wall breaking superhero. It's going to be way more fourth wall breaking than even like Dingus Day was. But it's not really going to be much of a comedy. It's also a musical. I forgot to
Oh,
mention
wow.
that. So fourth wall breaking superhero dark musical, and then Golden came up with the idea for our next one to add, which is a Suckle the Clown feature length from our first movie as well, which is
Yeah.
a puppet clown killer kind of based on like Bloody Mary.
Golden, you got anything?
I mean, other than our movies,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm also about to co-star in a local movie being made. That's a grindhouse revenge type
Okay.
movie, starring Eugene Boville.
Yeah.
And I get to play like the sidekick bouncer character. So like, what's his name in Roadhouse, the original
Um,
Roadhouse? Like,
Sam Elliott,
yes,
right?
Sam Elliott's character
Yeah,
basically is
that's
what
cool.
I will be in that movie. So that's great. I get to just be grizzled and it's perfect for me.
That's cool. What's that one called? We can
Uh,
put a link on there for it.
it's a Debt of Blood,
Dead of Blood.
and I
Okay.
believe it will. I believe they're going to start their crowdfunding pretty soon. So,
Okay, cool.
uh, but yeah, it's got some amazing crew in there,
Yeah,
and cast obviously, because Eugene, I'll always work with Eugene.
yeah.
Love doing it. So.
Perfect. So if a producer or investor happens to be watching this, how can they get a hold of you guys?
I would say Facebook. Facebook's usually an easy way to get a hold of us.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
we have because we have the September Brothers. We have a Facebook
Hmm.
page for that, YouTube channel for September Brothers, and we also have the Shattered Dreams film page on Facebook as well.
Yeah,
So
and you guys don't typically crowdfund, do you? Did you crowdfund Shattered Dreams?
we did.
Okay.
We were under a time crunch, so
Yeah.
we ended up releasing it at a bad time. It was
Hmm.
around Christmas time.
Oh, okay.
So, like, but luckily we didn't need a large budget. Most of
Okay.
our budget we needed for the special effects makeup, and we got that. I think we ended up with like just shy of 4,000.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
We're good at working within our budget.
Yeah.
Um, we once did an interview back when we used to have our YouTube show. We interviewed this director, and he gave the best advice I think we've ever gotten from anyone,
Hmm.
which was he said anybody can make a movie with millions of dollars.
Yeah.
He said, but studios aren't going to bring a limo up to your house and say, "Come on, let's go make a movie."
Yeah.
He said, "So if you have $20, make a movie with $20.
Hmm.
Just work within your budget." And we've become really good at that, and it's because of how many friends we've made that
Yeah.
that act and do crew work and stuff. It's because of that we're able to get away with these like little budgets, and we've just learned how to make things work with what we have. So,
Well, if you
um,
do want to crowdfund your next projects, absolutely let me know and I'll throw them out there. We'll talk about them on the channel, all that sort of thing. Get the word out, and maybe we can help drum up some more support for your stuff.
We'd love
absolutely, we'd
that.
love to.
Yeah.
Car Run's going to definitely need a little bit bigger budget than our little horror movie did this time.
So before we go, always like to ask. I don't always ask it. I do sometimes, but I want to spend a little bit more time with you guys because you guys are fun. So, what's your favorite movie of all time, Mike?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, you already said that. I should have already known that. But yeah, you know
I
what?
could do horror movie too.
Yeah.
The favorite horror movie, Trick or Treat.
Okay, with the newer one with the Sam, the baghead kid,
Yep.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Favorite horror movie ever. I love it.
Here's a funny story about Little Shop of Horrors. The first cassette tape that I ever bought when I was like 11 years old or 10 years old or something like that was the soundtrack of Little Shop of Horrors, the Rick
So good.
Moranis movie.
So good.
Yeah. And how about you, Golden?
Evil Dead 2,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I always thought that was the perfect mixture of comedy and horror.
Hmm.
Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi are like idols for me.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's funny because I saw Army of Darkness first,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that it was the third movie. I saw it on a date,
Yeah.
and I went to work like the next day, and the guy I was working with kept going, "Join us," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "You didn't see the first ones?" I'm like, "There's first ones?" And so then I saw Evil Dead, and then I saw Evil Dead 2, and absolutely fell in love, and I'll like
Yeah.
always watch anything that Sam makes, that Bruce makes.
Yeah.
I actually have one tattoo here which says the Army of Darkness cover because it's just so iconic that was one of my. I think that was like my third tattoo ever.
Oh, wow.
Um, Loved it. So
Do you have tattoos, Mike?
I don't. I'm boring right now.
I'm boring too. I don't have any either. Yeah, it's funny. Evil Dead 2 is in my top five. It's my number three.
it's. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's definitely not for everybody, but man,
Yeah.
it's such a good mix of comedy and horror to me, and your iconic chainsaw hand. I mean, oh, you can't go wrong.
Have you ever seen The Greasy Strangler, either of you guys?
I don't think so.
I,
Doesn't
No?
sound familiar.
Oh, you got to watch that, Mike. That's my number one. My number one.
Greasy Strangler.
The Greasy Strangler.
I'm already sold by the name.
It's crazy, right, Golden? You've seen it, right?
oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
it's nuts. Yeah, it is nuts. Yeah, let me know when you've seen it because it is insane.
Will do.
Okay. All right. So thank you guys. I hope the folks at home enjoy the interview. We had a lot of fun. We were laughing a lot. You know, you can't go wrong with an interview where you laugh a lot, right, guys?
Exactly.
So yeah, I can't wait to have you back on. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, well, definitely. Anytime you want us, man, we're happy to. I
Yeah.
love sitting down and talking
All right.
with you, with someone with similar interests.
Yeah.
Always works out easier.